What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 22 different altcoins today. I'm going to do 22 different price predictions, 22 different forms of technical analysis across 22 different charts. Let's get at it. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I will leave a list in the description below of the coins that I'm going over. I'm going to say that list verbally as well. I will leave a timestamp in the description to the coins. If you don't see the timestamp, it's because it's probably within the first hour after I've posted that video, and I haven't had time to go back and edit in the timestamp. So anyways, it'll be down there. And let's get this rolling. So here's the list right now. 22 coins: XCN and BlueZell BLZ for DK, DK, Foo, VELO for the Unleavened Baptist, STORJ and GTC for Fonzie, VXV for the Marky P, UFO, Sandbox, and Mana for the Determined, Filecoin for Hit the Gas, Near for ASON, Benki, BENQI, and SPERAX for We Them People, FLOKI, SwiftCoin, and JASMY for HSUTube or HSUTube, I don't know, it's one of those two, STRAX for Muhammad Arafa, DGB for M3 Disruptive, or maybe it's Me Disruptive, ZKML for Marcos Izquierdo, WEN for Armando Meza, Cadena for Lindsay, and then Mr. Miggles for Jesus Juarez. That's the list. Let's get into it. Buckle up, hit that like button, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. All of these coins, as you notice, I gave the coin, and then I gave the person who requested the coin after that. I gave them a shout out, right? Shout out to all of you guys. I do requests like this 3 days a week, right? On the crypto charts, for me, it's late Sunday in the evening, late Tuesday in the evening, and then late Thursday in the evening. But on the crypto charts, it's early Monday, early Wednesday, and early Friday that I do these requests, right? The very beginning of those days. Normally within the first 4-hour period of those days, right? If you have any requests, whether it's cryptos or stocks, there's more requests than just these, but this is the slew of altcoins that we have. Feel free to leave it in the comment section below. I'm happy to oblige to any and all requests. If I can chart it, I will. If it's something that's not something to do with charts and you want me to talk about it, I will. It's rare that happens, but sometimes we do fundamental analyses or I give my opinions on various things, but it really doesn't happen too often. Anyways, enough talk. Let's get into it. XCN for DK Foo. Let's get at it. 0.00161 is where you're at now. It does to me look like some kind of inverse head and shoulders pattern. You know, with this little spike above, it might have been invalidated, but it is a pretty perfect look overall. And we might be getting to the point where you're going to see this breakout. A lot of cryptos kind of have this look right now, whether it's a perfect looking inverse head and shoulders, more like this one, or it's uglier, like a lot of them have this like left consolidation, a dip, and then like a right consolidation, whether it's even or it's up here or it's down here. Like it's kind of rampant in the space right now with various cryptos. Out of these 22 coins, I'm sure this isn't the only chart that'll look like this. I do like the RSI on the daily. I like where XCN is postured right now. The volume is dying off, which generally speaking, whenever your volume is dying off at the end, when your volume's dying off, it's normally at the end of a consolidation period, and I think that means that we are about to break out. Now, whether that remains to be seen to the upside or the downside, we've yet to determine that, right? But I do think we're going to break out to the upside. The weekly RSI didn't even get oversold, and it got right back above the 40. That's really nice to see. I'd like to see this continue to grow, really get above the 50 and get above the 60, and then we're home free. I think this next move will take us ultimately, believing that this is the low, and I really do believe it is, and I'll go over that in a second too. But this next move ultimately could take us as high as, you know, like a 4x from here. That's like 300% growth is a 4x to potentially a 6x from here, and that could happen in a very short amount of time, right? This thing, when it moves up, it does like to move up fast. For example, this was October, the 23rd of October to the 4th of December. Oh, sorry, the 4th of December. So not even 2 months there. This move here was 5th of February that week to the 11th of March. So about a month there as well, a little bit over a month there. Definitely short amounts of time. So I would assume early, would it be, I guess, mid Q3. Mid Q3 would be when we see these potential highs coming in. And any day now we're going to break out to the upside. I feel confident that that's the low, because if we take this overall low to the overall high, that's right in our 61869 zone, an area that we found support on before, and we even found resistance right here on a closing basis, right on that week. I'm going to delete this, boom, that white line's there. Closed the week there at the high close of this little like dead cat bounce, whatever you want to call it, and that's where we're finding support now. So a lot of volume came in. I do think it's going to grow. I'm spending a lot of time talking about this one because it has been rather boring and I don't talk about it enough. And this is, full disclosure, one of the coins that I do hold, as is BlueZell. So these coins might get a little bit of extra attention, but we're going to move on to BlueZell now. I like the weekly RSI on BlueZell. I like where you're at in the 123 moving average. I don't want to use Coinbase because, yeah, it doesn't have as much historical data. You can see that throughout BlueZell's history, it's found significance around the 123 area, especially on the weekly, finding resistance here, finding support, and it's not specifically to the line, but around the area nonetheless. And here you are pretty specific, but I don't believe that BlueZell will go any lower. From a low point to a high point here, you have pulled through your 382, wrestling with this area. Generally, I would call for a move down to the 61869, but I just don't think that's in this thing's cards. I do like where you are in the RSI. I think that it still looks weak and you need to show strength relatively soon if we want this thing to recover from here, but I have faith that it does. Rejecting the 50 area on any time frame is not necessarily a good thing, but bouncing off of these areas here, holding this kind of higher low structure in the RSI does look better. It does look, in my opinion, like you had this kind of downward sloping channel and you've broken out of it as of now, potentially forming something new, getting ready to move higher. And with that in the RSI, I would assume that reflects in the price. So if we are assuming that you found your low from a high to a low, what we'd be looking for, and that's a nice little move from your 236, like literally right at your 236 to your 069. If I could just get it on there, delete this white line here. It's a nice little maneuver right there. Next target area would be your 382 all the way up at 23.5 cents essentially. And potentially, I mean, you could just forego that and shoot straight for about 31 cents to 33.5 cents, potentially higher than that as well. Inevitably, I do think that BlueZell is going to see its next high based off of this high to low maneuver. You're probably going to move up to 66 cents, 99 cents, potentially even beyond that. Targets as high as $2 are on the table, and these are all next move kind of targets, right? So it could happen by the end of this year that you're up at even $2. You're at 17 cents right now. So if not 2, I definitely would more expect keep your feet on the ground looking at this 66 to 99 cent area. But that's still decent growth from about 17.7 cents. So BlueZell looking good. We're just consolidating at the low. We'll probably start recovering up with the rest of the market as the days and the weeks go on. VELO for the Unleavened Baptist, also looking good. I don't mind the weekly RSI. It's neutral, but whatever. High to low here. Hit your 1272, pulled back to your golden retracement area. That's not the most common thing to do. In fact, the most common thing to do would be to hit this area here and then pull back to the 100 to the 886 area. But sometimes you do go below. And as long as you're not closing below this 618, I feel like that does look better than it does worse. I mean, you could have pulled all the way back here and still see new all-time highs. It doesn't completely diminish the idea of seeing new highs afterwards, but I do like the bounce off the golden retracement area. I would like to see you get above 1.15 cents. You're at 1.13 cents now, and you have gotten above it. You closed 1 week above it, but then you've pulled back. Let's get 2 days to close above this line, maybe even 2 days to open and close above this line, and then I would think that you are moving higher. Either way, I feel confident in saying that that's a low. You're likely going to move up to your 1618 area. I'm not even going to draw another fib because I bet this 5.4 cent area is where you're going to go. That's probably your next heading. Absolutely, you could go beyond that. With these first drives into the expected zone, this is kind of an area that I expect you to find resistance. On the second drive, I do look for these 1886 to 2272 areas, potentially even beyond that, and that could take you up to about 9.5 cents to 21.5 cents. You're at 1.1 cents now, but let's just stay focused on this 5.4 cent area and check in on it from time to time. But that's kind of the next goal, I would say. If we look at this from a high to a low, your 1414 lines up very well with that as well. So a little bit of congruence there. 2272s are near each other. Yeah, I think you're going to move up to new highs soon enough, probably with the rest of the market as well. Looking at the daily RSI, it looks productive. It looks pretty strong. Here's that, it's not as pretty looking, but that kind of left shoulder head, right shoulder look, right, that we're probably going to see across everything on their daily time frames. But this is a productive looking RSI, I must say. Storage for Fonzilla. Let's see here. Mr. Matt himself. 50 cents is the current price. Finding support on the oversold zone. I like it from a low to a high. Golden retracement zone actually tipped your 786. Nice recovery afterwards. Looking at it on the daily time frame, here's that. Looks kind of like a slanted inverse head and shoulders, and you've definitely had the breakout relatively recently. Moved up 26%. Nice, man. I got to check my storage. I haven't checked on it in a while, but I mean, it's probably doing bad because I think I bought. Yeah, it's probably not. It's probably down a little bit right now, but up relatively speaking. Nice volume. Definitely looks like a breakout move. That does look convincing. I think that it's completely fine if you find turbulence here. Don't be sad. Don't be discouraged if you pull back. Even if you pull all the way back to 4.2 cents, or sorry, 42 cents, you're at 50 cents now. I do think it'll just be a higher low and you'll continue moving upwards, but who knows, man? You could really continue. I think with the amount of volume that you saw yesterday and you didn't continue, I think that probably means you might consolidate for a little bit and then move up. We can try again later, but let's look at the 4 hours, see if that agrees with anything. Yeah, the 4 hours overbought. Chilling. The volume doesn't look bad. Bearish divergence, but you've already cool. I don't know, man. You might be ready to run. Maybe you've got a little bit left in you before you chill. Maybe you come all the way up to this resistance zone up here around like 57 cents to 60 cents, something like that. Previous areas of resistance, previous areas of support, you know. 57 to 60 cents might be where you're going, like another 10-cent move up. So yeah, I can see that happening. Let's look real quick at the high to low, because I've got the low to high fib. I want to do the high to low. Let's bring this down here. I wish there was a way that I could like just click a button and it would automatically do that for me. But how would it know? I don't know. High to low, next target area, $1.84 to $3.08, right? Whenever you're breaking out of this. Yeah, you're at your 382 right now. It's pretty common to, I mean, I don't know. What are you doing, actually? Let's see. Yeah, I think you keep going, man. I think you do. And that 0.5 is right there. Yeah, that's probably what you do. You're going to reach up for your 0.5, pull back to your 382, consolidate, and then move on up, something like that. So yeah, look forward to 57 to 60 cents. Heavy emphasis on that like 58 to 59 cent area, which is right between that. But yeah, looking good on storage. Looking better than Blue Zell recently, which I got to say I didn't expect. GTC chilling at 86 cents. I haven't said it recently, but I think in my most recent video on GTC I have said that I do plan on selling this. I'm not going to sell it here for a loss, though. I suppose you could, because the wash trading rule doesn't apply to crypto. So like for those of you that don't know what the wash rule is, wash trading, wash sales, you're allowed to claim losses to offset capital gains, right? Like imagine you make, let's just use round numbers here. You make $10,000 in gains on a coin. You have to pay taxes if you're a United States citizen or you're trading in the US. You have to pay taxes on that $10,000 that you gained. If you have another coin or a stock that you bought and you had $10,000 in losses, well, now you don't have to pay $10,000. You have to pay the tax on the $10,000. And in fact, actually, you even have more reserves, because when you make $10,000 in gains, you're not paying $10,000 in taxes. But whenever you take a $10,000 loss, whenever you sell, you do have $10,000 in losses claimed to offset taxes. So really, you would actually have a lot more, but let's just use that as an example. Let's carry on. Generally speaking, if you sell, you can't claim those losses. If you sell and then you buy back immediately, if you're going to buy back the same asset or an asset of similarity, you have to wait 30 days, I believe. Maybe it's 31 days. Look it up, but I think it is 30 days, 30 calendar days before buying back in. Otherwise, it's a wash rule, and that's to prevent like big money from avoiding taxes with stocks and manipulating the markets and stuff like that. That's kind of the idea behind it. You have to wait 30 full calendar days before getting back in. With crypto, you don't. You could literally take your loss right now, sell it at 86 cents, buy it back, assuming you don't have millions of dollars of this coin, because if you do, you might move the markets if you try to do that, right? But you could definitely take your losses, buy it back. I'm not going to personally, because I do think the market's about to move up at any time. I think that the time to take losses, it might be a good area, but I'm just going to wait. What I'm trying to say is I'm going to wait. I will be selling my GTC probably when it gets back above like $1.70, $1.80 and looking to move it elsewhere. Maybe I'll have a change of heart. It depends. This thing can move up really quickly. So, I mean, if we do see prices up here, if it does look like it's going to go there, and I think that it will continue to grow, I feel like it has, you know, seeing a lower low and just kind of been lackluster really its whole existence. It's not enticing for me at this point in time. So, I think it can do well. I like the idea of the project in itself, but just because I like it doesn't mean that it's going to do well. And with that, I'm cutting my losses on it. Not really cutting my losses, but I am going to move on to another coin probably. Right, let's see. I don't mind the weekly RSI, though it does look kind of sad. The daily RSI itself looks relatively productive. Looks like it does want to continue upwards from a relative high to a low here. 382, 236 pullback. The next move would probably be around $1.30 to, let's see, yeah, $1.28 to $1.38. That's the next move. I might be selling there, or perhaps, you know, we'll wait for these dollar prices. I'll let you guys know whenever I do sell, but I do think it wants to move up regardless of what I'm planning on doing. So there's that. VXV, and I'll probably just mention that every time that I'm holding GTC until I'm not holding GTC. Because I like to keep you guys in the loop with what I'm doing. Don't let that deter you. You know, I mean, GTC, I think it is a good project, an interesting project. I just don't know if it's going to catch on, right? My faith has dwindled with it a little bit, but if you bought it because you looked into it and you like the sound of the project, you know, don't let me scare you. Like it's, you know, I'd probably put all of it into Bitcoin Cash or something personally. From a low to a high, maybe even Litecoin at this point. Low to high, holding that 618 area, hitting the 382, back at the 618. I don't mind it. I'd like to see you get above $1.68 and stay above there. I'd like to see that. High to low. It's not the most productive looking fib retracement, I must be honest there. I don't know why I'm talking like that. I'm like, I must be honest. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know where that's coming from. High to low. You know, it actually looks like it wants to go lower. Down to like 22.6 cents. I don't know if I like this one. This might be one of those few that actually goes down lower. I don't like it. I think it's going to move down. I'm calling for a price down to 22.6 cents, 22.3 cents, somewhere in that area. You're at 38.9 cents now. It might move up afterwards. It might recover, but for now, I don't like it, no. No, definitely not. Yeah, the 4 hour looks weak. Yeah, you got a nice little pump right now, 4.2% on this 4 hour, but I'm not impressed. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, most of the space is going to move up. Maybe this one does, but if the rest of the market's moving up and this one continues moving down, that should say something about this one too, right? UFO. Never heard of this one. UFO gaming. I'm assuming it's a gaming token. From a high to a low. I don't know if I like this one either, but I will say that you are at this kind of like double bottom area right now. Do we have a better chart? Not really. Previous areas of lows. Okay, so you might have found your low. It's a nice bounce off your oversold zone. We're going to give it to you. We're going to say that you're going to move up. However, if you close below 5, so 0.0000000, 3 zeros, if you close below 0.6 zeros, I'm sorry, not 3 zeros. If you close below 0.60587 on any given day, I would think that means you are moving lower. However, if you can continue to move up from here, I would think that you have a nice recovery. This would start to look more like a double bottom as you're moving higher. And if it is a double bottom, inevitably you'd probably get above this high. But the next target at least would be 609. And you're at 6048 right now. 60917. So a nice little increase right there for you. Not a bad look. I do think it wants to move higher. We'll give it to it. Oh, and you want me to say 2024 highs and 2025 highs. I don't know how high this thing could go by 2025. I don't feel comfortable making that kind of assumption, right? What like the cycle highs would be. It could see new all-time highs. It might not. I really don't know. Very lackluster. It's not the most enticing looking thing, is it? Your all-time highs for 2025 might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros, 9, 5. It might be 3 zeros, 1, 9, 9, 3 zeros, 2, you know. It might be 3 zeros or 2 zeros, 1. It's hard to say. I don't feel confident enough because I don't know enough about the project. By the end of 2024, I think you stand a solid chance of going up to, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros, 3, 1, 7, 9, 5. You have a solid chance of going there, but probably an even more solid chance, a most solid chance of going to 5 zeros, 1, 6, 2, 7, 8. You're at 6 zeros, 6, 0, 0, 6 right now. So decent gains by the end of the year, but nothing crazy, right? That's just my opinion. I would bet most on this. And as far as end of the cycle goes, I'm thinking this. If there's something to this that I don't know about, and I really don't know anything about this coin, so it really could see these prices, but I'm not certain. I don't feel confident or comfortable giving my actual like stamp of approval on that. But that's UFO. Sandbox, however, I do know a little bit more about. Like Mana, it has been lackluster as well. Normally a chart like this, I wouldn't give the time of day. I would think about not holding it through the rest of the cycle. But these ones do pump late in the cycle, or at least that's what they did last cycle. So I'm assuming that they'll do that again this cycle. And there's still enough time where they could see phenomenal growth. I would think that by the end of this year, Sandbox would probably be at above $1. You're at 33.8 cents now. By the end of the cycle, we could be expecting $21.50 to $70.6. You're at 33.8 cents now. So solid gains. Definitely a 100xable coin. Will it do that? That's the question, right? It might not. It's very possible Sandbox could have a lower high this cycle, right? It's only existed for one cycle. It hasn't existed for multiple cycles yet. So, or I guess this is its second cycle. So I think it is, right? Yeah. So it's yet to stand the test of time, but I do think it's moving up from here. Daily RSI looks relatively productive. We have that inverse head and shoulders look again. Probably going to move up. I mean, I would bet that you move up to this area, probably points of resistance here, anywhere from 48 cents to, let's see, like 55 cents, 50 cents, something like that. Mana itself also has that very similar look. I would expect that Mana does see new all-time highs. It has existed for multiple cycles, right? Came out the very end of the 2017 cycle, had a full bear cycle and a full bull cycle. So full bear, now we're in the middle of its next bull cycle. Again, to kind of give it a point of reference, let's just see from this low point here, this low point to the high point, that was 20 months right there. If we take that same idea and we put it at the low that we just had right there, 20 months would put us out in March of 2026. So that's actually a longer, that's a longer phase of time than I think that we have in this cycle. I would think that we more likely end in like October of 2025, maybe earlier. So will it see the same amount of growth as it saw last cycle? Maybe, maybe not. But I do think that it will see new all-time highs from a high to a low. I mean, you can see, right, even in this amount of time from a low point here to this first high, right? That was about 12 bars. I think that we do have a year left in this cycle, and that was phenomenal growth. That was that was at 1.45 cents all the way up to $2.40. So definitely solid growth to be had by Mana. I think that by the end of this year, I would expect that Mana is at $1.76 to $2.21, somewhere in that area, maybe higher. It really could be all the way up above $4. And by the end of the cycle, anywhere from $14 to $42 is what I'm thinking for Mana. It could go higher. There are targets that make sense for it to go to $100, but I just don't know if we have enough time. So I'm not holding my breath over that. I feel most comfortable saying $14 to $42, but still accepting of the $100 area. Weekly RSI looks fine. I think Mana looks very bullish. I think it wants to go up right now too. And Sandbox I think has the higher market cap, but I kind of treat Mana like the daddy of the metaverse tokens because it is the first one, right? And I think that means something. So I think if it's what's good for Mana is good for any other metaverse and probably gaming tokens as a whole. I think that your next target would probably be around 52 cents. You're at 34 cents now. Let's see how you do with that. If you do well, you could look to go up to like 82, 83 cents and then beyond. But ultimately, you're in this grand accumulation zone. You're at the bottom of it now. When you interact with this top zone again, you might consolidate for a little while and then break out. I don't think like this time or like this time you'll find resistance and come down. I don't think you'll reject. You might find resistance for a little bit of time, like a small consolidation phase, and then rip, or perhaps you don't consolidate at all and you just rip right now. I think this next interaction with this yellow line will be the time that you break it, and with that would likely take you up to $1.76, $2.21, or beyond. Or beyond. That's Mana. Filecoin, hit the gas. That's the person that requested it. It might need to hit the gas too, though. Let's see. Come on now. Give it to me. There we go. Ah, why does it do that? Is it me or is it TradingView? I want to know if anyone else uses TradingView, if they have the same issues. I know if I just zoom in, it would be easier. But from a high to low, let's assume that it has found its low. Nice upward posturing, accumulation phase. Same kind of idea. Whenever it breaks out of its like 61869 zone, maybe even if it breaks above like 1057, I would say it looks like it's going to go to 1765, maybe $28 by the end of this year. It really could do that. Daily perspective does look like it wants to move up. The more immediate targets to focus on, I would say, would be anywhere from 540 to like 640. And I do like the idea of moving up to this 640 area because you have this inverse head and shoulders look. I don't think you're going to stop at your 382. Normally I would call for a 382, 236 maneuver. I don't think you're going to get that. I think you're sprung. You're sprung up. I don't know. You're all wound up. There we go. And you're about to be sprung. Don't be surprised if you break this 0.5 area. Don't be surprised if you see prices up at around 670, 680, something like that. I think it's moving up. Soon, you'll get a nice breakout move. I think it'll be quick and swift. Just as this was to the downside, it will be to the upside, right? Just pretend that it's reversed. I can't flip it around. It won't let me, I don't think. I don't think so. So we're not going to anyways. Filecoin looking good. Near protocol also kind of has this like weird shape, right? Kind of, but it's slanted upwards. Near's looking more bullish than most things right now, right? From a relative high to a relative low. Hit your 618, pull back to your 382, finding support there now. I like it, man. I think you're going to move up, yeah. I would expect that not only do you break above your 618, but you probably move to your like $7.56 area, $8.20 area, and then beyond. Once you break this line, it's on to new highs at $11 to $14.85. You're at $5.62 right now. I think that you're going to hold the line. I think you look good. As do a lot of crypto. So yeah, good job on Near. Near's looking like it wants to go up. I got to call my mom. She holds some Near. Good job, Mom. If you're watching this, I think it'll do well. Ben Kui. Is that right? Isn't it? Actually, I think I remember. Is it just Kui? Yeah, Benki. Whatever this thing is, man. Never heard of it before, but it's on Coinbase. And it's been around, so I don't know how I've never heard of it, but that's a nice looking pattern right there, man. Oh yeah, you look ready to go, bro. Wow, I'm glad we were looking at this instead of the Coinbase chart. Look at this low. Right on previous areas of resistance, right out of your breakout zone, right? Right at previous areas of support. Consolidating downward like this, right? Like that. Like it's a nice little, what do they call that? Like a tightening wedge. It's something, it's a different term than that, but it's getting tighter, right? It's a wedge that's getting tighter. It's not broadening. It's, what is it called? Someone leave it in the comments. I don't remember what it's called, but you'll probably break out to the upside. Technically, the breakout move would be the top of the pattern. I don't think you're going to stop here. I don't think you're going to have a triple top. I think you'll move up further, and I really think from this high to low, let's just see what you're doing. Yeah, you're being held down by your 382. Finding support on your 236, your next target area really is the 61869, which happens to be previous areas of resistance and previous areas of support. 7.13 to 9.77 cents. That's your target area. You're at 1.6 cents now. And that probably will happen by the end of this year. Yeah. Green light. I like this one. I do. I think it looks like, yeah, I think it looks pretty damn good, actually. Might be the winner, oddly enough. What a weird name this one is, but you know, hard to say with these ones that are like in these like longer term consolidation phases like this, because it could keep consolidating. It could be till September that it's consolidating. So it's hard to give this one a win, actually, right? Because it might move up, do exactly what I'm saying, but it might not move up the fastest. We want to give the winner the one that's the fastest. So maybe let's give it a closer look. I mean, it could happen. It really could be any day now that this thing wants to break out, especially with the rest of the market looking bullish. I don't know. Oh, it might be a bit of a gamble, but I'll keep that one in mind. SPARAX. SPA, that's right, that's what it is. SPARAX, I don't remember how you pronounce it. KuCoin, there we go. There's some historical data. It's just in a grand consolidation phase. I wonder what, let's see. Market cap, max log. There we go. So that's its maximum market cap, goes back to 2021. This does not. Okay, so price, market cap. I think it's fine. Though to be fair, your price here pre this like lump here, your price was higher and these prices are lower. But if you look at the market cap is actually higher now, which means you've been pumping coins into the market. But you've been pumping them and holding in a horizontal channel. So that's actually not, you're not giving up price. It's not bad. You got a lot of coins to go. I'm curious what the tokenomics are for this thing. Doesn't say. I'm sure it says somewhere. Someone might know better. Let's assume that it's not going to just dump all these coins on the open market, right? All these uncirculated coins on the open market. Let's assume that it's over a period of time. Maybe some of them are locked. I don't know. Does it say? Does it have any total locked value? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's not really significant, right? Let's see. High to low. It looks fine. I think it wants to move up higher. Let's call for 1.5 to 1.7 cents. You're at 0.0088 right now. So let's call for 0.015, 0.017 to be your next target area. I do think it wants to move up higher. Relatively immediately, too. I don't generally like multiple rejections off the 236, but to be fair, you've been, or sorry, the 382, but you have been holding the 236, so it's previous areas of support. So I don't, and your daily RSI looks fine. So I think that you are going to move up higher. SPA, FLOKI, not FLOKI. Let's go on crypto, sure. Man, this one came out of nowhere, right? Just a random Doge meme coin last cycle, dead to the abyss. From a high to a low, it dropped 99% essentially. Nuts, right? And from those same depths, it has risen like a phoenix. At its current price, it's done a 36x. It's not bad. Not bad at all, FLOKI. And it does look like it wants to go higher. I think that it does. I think it looks like it wants to go higher. I like the weekly RSI. It'll probably chill as long as like Dogecoin and Shiba are chilling, but I bet whenever Dogecoin or Shiba break out, and they'll probably break out together, this thing will break out. With that in mind, I do think that it moves higher. I just don't know if this will be the point where it breaks out these highs. Maybe it moves higher, just a little bit higher, finds resistance, and then like comes back down. Maybe it's like consolidating still, you know what I mean? And then at a later date, it'll break out. But I do feel confident, or comfortable, I should say, in calling for higher prices, high to low. Yeah, right there. Looks right. I was just drawing. I wasn't even thinking that that's where the fib was. I was just drawing based off of where this point of support was back here, right? Like your next area, kind of an area of resistance back here, and coincidentally, it just happens to be right at that golden ratio. So, 0.00023 to 0.00025. You're at 3018 now, so decent gains in a short amount of time. Maybe in August. You could move higher than that. You'll know that you're breaking out to new all-time highs if you break above 0.0003088. If you break above that there, yeah. That's FLOKI. FLOKI. Swift coin. For those of you that are still watching, that have been watching the whole video, I really appreciate it if you hit that like button and if you subscribe. I also want to let you guys know that I do plan on doing a live stream tomorrow or the next day. If you're in the Discord, I'll keep you guys more up to date with that. It'll probably be Tuesday, but it could be as early as tomorrow. It depends on how early I get done with things around the house tomorrow. So we'll see. Time will tell. But anyways, enough of that. Swift coin at 0.0041 right now, looking at it on a weekly basis. I like where it's at. I think that's a perfect area to find support. I think it's consolidating and ready to move higher as well. Its next target area, and I know a little bit more about Swift coin, so I have no problem saying that it's going to go to like 1.14 to 1.55 cents, around there, right? 1.14 to 1.5 cents, somewhere in that area. That's what I think is going to happen. I think you're just biding your time. This looks like a massive bull flag, in my opinion, and it'll probably move higher. 1 second, guys. 1 second, gotta go check on my daughter. All right, false alarm. Yeah, looks like it wants to break out at any moment now. I don't like the daily RSI, but I like where you are in the price. You could move a little lower. Don't be discouraged if you do. If you do, it's okay, but it would just be a little bit lower. Either way, if you move down a little bit from here, and then you move up, either way, man, over the next like couple months, I would expect that you do start moving higher. And it might not even be over the next couple months. It might be over the next like couple weeks that you start moving higher, but time will tell. Let's check in on this one. If we can get a nice like break above half a cent, 0.00518. If we can get above there and stay above there for a couple days, I think that it's on to the upside. Swift coin. JASMY. JASMY coin. 3.2 cents right now. Also with this little kind of inverse head and shoulders look. Nice day 2 days ago. Haven't really done anything with it since. That's okay. High to low. I think you're going to move higher. I think you are. You're probably going to move up to this 3.73 to 4 cent area. Once you break that, we're looking at 5.6 cents to 7.5 cents. And I do think, I mean, it's completely possible you go up to this area, pull back to around where you are now, find support here, and then go up. It's also completely possible that you just consolidate in this area and then break up, but I would think that you find significance here, as in you chill for a second, right? Yeah. But soon, like very soon, it could be today, tomorrow, very soon you're going to be moving up, probably with the rest of the market. STRAX. Stratus new. Stratus new. Do we want the new one or do we want the old one? Looks like the new one is our only option. KuCoin. No KuCoin. It's not on KuCoin. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so I'm guessing Stratus old, right? Like Luna Classic, and then this is Luna 2.0, Stratus new. I like that, right? Not rug pull Stratus, but new Stratus. I like that. That's Strat. Let's go to new, and I don't know. Maybe it's not a rug pull. Maybe they had a like an update or something, and the price, like they gave you more coins and it got priced differently. I'm assuming there's probably some kind of mishap that happened, but I don't know. I don't know, man. With coins like this, I'm not generally. There's a reason I compared it to Luna, right? It might be dead. I don't know. With coins like this, they don't normally have a chance in hell. But I don't know anything about it. I'm saying that I really don't know anything about it. So, well, you know, I just based off of that chart, you know, that don't expect. You're at 5.28 cents right now. I don't know if I would expect that you go back to new all-time highs. I mean, that's not too crazy to ask for, though, is it? From a high point to a low point. I mean, new all-time highs, you're at 5 cents. I mean, that's 100x, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if it's appropriate to use this chart. Let's just go ahead and do the Binance one, okay? High to low, 382236 seems to be finding respect. It looks productive on its daily RSI. Let's call for a higher move, probably up to 9.2 to 10 cents, somewhere in this zone. That's where I think you're going. Yeah, up. You're at 5.3 cents now. STRAX, Stratus, DGB. I wanted to make a separate video for DGB, but I didn't because I don't think I have time tonight. But that's okay. We can, you know, just give the general outlook for this. You know, let's see. Kind of reminds me of the mana chart. Hopefully we see some kind of growth here soon, right? Because if not, this thing could be condemned to death, right? And I don't mean it's just going to move down right now, perhaps, and more likely what it would do is it comes up to finish its cycle, it forms a nice lower high, and then it's dead. Then it's dead forever, right? Right, it'd become like Dash at that point. From a high to a low, I don't mind it. I don't mind it, really. The weekly RSI doesn't look the best right now, but I don't mind it in the price. I don't want to call it going down because I just don't think that's going to happen, though it could. I don't know. I don't like it. Honestly, I don't like it. 4 hours neutral, the daily and the weekly look bad. One more thing. Let's see here. You need to get above and stay above 0.008. Sorry, let's see if I can get it on there. Let's try it this way. 0.00806. Stay above there. Because if you can't, and you close below 0.00702, you close below there, you are really dead in the water, and this thing's not going to have a good cycle at all. Even from its current price, it's hard to say if it sees new all-time highs. It's very possible that it could top off at 5 cents to 6 cents, maybe even 13 cents, 12 cents. It's at 0.007 right now. It is still possible to see new all-time highs, but we got to see some life from this thing soon, right? There's not much time left in the cycle. So as far as is it going to move up or down, I'm not going to lie. I think it looks like it wants to move down. But I hope I'm wrong. And I'm open to being wrong, and I might be wrong. I'm hoping it hears me and it's like, nope, we're going to prove you wrong. And if you want to prove me wrong, close above 0.008. I said 86 or 806, but let's see. What's the actual number? 805. 0.00805. Close above there. And I will accept defeat, and then you're moving higher, which would be good. But if not, you're in a bad spot right now. So start showing some life. Prove me wrong, because I am calling for you to go down to half a cent. 0.0055 to 0.0049, around there. That's what I'm calling for. Did you bite? ZKML only available on Dex Screener. Nope, I don't know Didn't mean to do that. Pepe Unchained. Yeah, I don't. Do people actually buy these coins that are advertised on Dex Screener? Does that actually happen? Like, do people? I don't think I've ever seen a coin that's been advertised on Dex Screener that's actually done well. That should say something, right? Like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Look at you, ZKML, looking so good. Nice. Moving up, bro. Moving up. What can I say? 43 cents, 58, probably 59 cents. You're probably going to go to 58, 59 cents soon. And then once you break above that, $1.80, $5.13. Looking frisky, looking good. Yeah, you got bearish divergence presenting itself, but it's not confirmed until you get a red day. I think you look good, bro. I think you're moving up higher. Yeah. Looking good. Higher, up more. More. Looking good, ZKML. What is that right now? Right? That could be the winner, man. Maybe not. Maybe not. But it could be. It might be the one that moves up the most in the shortest amount of time. Because it's moving right now. It's on the move. And I don't think it's done. Might be close to done in a time perspective. Whatever when is. Let's see. Weekly price action. What's on? It does have KuCoin. We're gonna. I don't know what to use with you. Because KuCoin and MEXC have different prices. They're just low liquidity exchanges. We're going to use KuCoin because it's got more volume, so I trust it more. High to low. Up. Soon. 0.0001544. You're going to move up to, and that's your current price, right? You're going to move up to 302. And likely beyond that. I would think that you find resistance in this area. You might move up, consolidate for a little bit, and then move up higher. But yes, I think you're going to move up there. If I'm wrong and you move higher, perhaps you move up to around like 3026, 30276. But either way, I would expect you to consolidate more before continuing higher, right? It won't just be a straight shot up. But yes, you do look like you want to continue moving higher. I like your RSI on the daily. 4 hour looks very bullish. Yes, I like it a lot. Yeah, looking like you want to move up. When are you going to move up? Soon, very soon. Cadena, KDA, that's right. $0.59.5 from a high point to a low point we go. I don't know. Having a hard time thinking this thing sees new all-time highs, but it could. I know it's got a lower market cap, so it really could. I don't hear a whole lot of people talking about it, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's absolved of going higher. I don't mind it. I think it looks fine. I think it does want to go higher. Your next target area is going to be about $1.12. You're at 59.5 cents now. So I think any day now you're going to see that move. And really, if you had like a measure move of this like inverse head and shoulders, if it is an inverse head and shoulders, and it might not be, but like at a conservative rate, you might, 94 cents. I don't see a reason why you wouldn't move up to about like $1.11, $1.12, something like that. Perhaps you do find resistance here. Previous areas of resistance and support around 95 cents. Perhaps you do. Move up, consolidate, move up higher, whatever. But yes, it looks good. Looks like it wants to move up. And then we got one more. I want to make sure on the 4 hour. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the 4 hour. The daily looks fine. I guess I like the 4 hour, yeah. relatively neutral, but yes, I think it's going to move up. Mr. Miggles. I don't, is it just Miggles? Okay. Mr. Miggles on MEXC. All right, Mr. Miggles, very new. Let's check you out on Dex Screener. Miggles. MIGGLES, Mr. Miggles. 12 days, 11 hours. Looks about right. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'll count it. We'll use this one because it's got more history. Market cap, volume. Mr. Miggles, the newest cat meme coin. I like the name, I must say. It's a cute name, Mr. Miggles. 5 cents. You're at 5 cents. From a low to a high, relatively speaking, finding significance at areas that you would expect to find significance at. Yeah, okay. They got their trading bots on and respecting the algos here. From a low to high here, I just wonder. Yeah, it looks all right. This actually looks pretty damn well respected, I'm not going to lie. I don't know if you move higher or lower. I don't feel confident enough in this thing. It is a meme coin, and it's a cat meme coin in a sea of cat meme coins, you guys. Yeah, you're going to move up a little bit soon, like today probably, and over the coming days. Will you see new highs? I don't know, but you're at 5 cents now. I feel confident enough that you will move up to about 6.2 to 6.5 cents probably. Will you go past that? I don't know. You know, perhaps you do and you just form a lower high, maybe around 8 cents, 7 cents itself, maybe. Will you see new all-time highs? I don't know. If you do see new all-time highs, from a high to a low, you could see 14 cents to 17 cents. You're at 5 cents now. You could absolutely smoke that and go way higher, but it's too hard to say. It's a new coin. It's too hard to say, so TA is not really going to serve us right in this. Nice name, though. I don't know enough about it to get behind it as far as a meme goes, but Mr. Miggles, funny. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more. I think tonight's winner... I think Marcos Izquierdo, I think you won with ZKML once recently, or maybe you didn't. Maybe you were like an honorable mention. But it's between you and, was it UFO or no? Was it? It was Benki. I think Benki moves up more over the next 2 months. But I think ZKML moves up more in the next 2 weeks. So ZKML, Marcos Izquierdo, you get the win, my friend. With that being said, coins like Mana and Sand could absolutely demolish as well. But time will tell with those. We'll see. But yeah, congratulations, Marcos. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Hit that like button. Bye-bye.